Hey guys, welcome to CarPodChats, the podcast where we take a wrench to the dealership playbook, crack it open, and talk about the real stuff that sells cars and builds careers. I'm your host, Dan Malave, your lot brother, your showroom therapist, depending on the day. Now, today's episode is a big one because it speaks to something that every salesperson, whether they're brand new or 5 years deep, has felt at some point. That moment where you say to yourself, I know everything about this car, but why can't I close a damn deal? It's because product knowledge, while important, is not actually what moves metal. Today, we're peeling back the curtain on the real skills they don't teach in your product training. We're talking emotional intelligence, storytelling, customer psychology, tension management. The stuff that actually gets people to say, you know what, let's do this. Let's go with you. This episode's for anyone who's ever felt like they were doing everything right, but still missing something. Let's fill in the gaps. When you start at a dealership, what's the first thing they throw at you? Product, features, packages, OEM quiz portals with acronyms no one remembers. And look, I get it. You got to know your stuff. If a customer asks whether an RDX comes with radar cruise standard, you should be able to answer confidently. If someone wants to compare trims, you should be able to break it down. But there's that trap, and it's a sneaky one. Product knowledge becomes a crutch. And when you lean on it too hard, you forget to build connection. I can't tell you how many times I've seen someone give a flawless walk around. They're hitting every feature, quoting cubic feet like it's gospel, and yet the customer is just nodding, not feeling it, because there's no story behind it. Specs don't create ownership moments. Emotions do. It's the difference between saying the car has 13.1 cubic feet of trunk space and saying the trunk fits a full-size stroller and 2 weeks worth of groceries. I've helped 3 families this week with the exact same need. Product knowledge should support the sale, not lead it. Let's talk about the skill that separates closers from spec robots. Emotional intelligence. This doesn't get taught in any OEM manual. You won't find it on your certification tests, but it is hands down one of the most valuable skills you can develop. It starts with being present, really present, reading the tone of your voice, watching your body language, noticing when a customer hesitates, not because they're unsure of the vehicle, but because something unspoken is holding them back. And here's where most reps mess up. They talk right through those signals. You ever notice when customers overwhelmed, they go quiet, and the salesperson responds by talking more? Stop, breathe, match their energy. A woman once came in with her son, barely said 10 words. My instinct was to fill the silence, but I paused instead, looked her in the eye, and asked, is this your first time shopping since the accident? She nodded. Her husband had passed away a few months earlier. She was trying to stay strong for her kid, but everything about the dealership, the decisions, the pressure, it was a wave crashing on her. You think quoting 0 to 60 times was going to help? That deal closed, not because of what I said, but because I knew when not to say anything. Sometimes silence is the most powerful part of your presentation. Asking the right questions. If there's one thing I wish every Green Pea learned on day one, it's this. The sale lives and dies in your questions. Not your pitch, not your price sheet, not even your manager's TO. It's the questions you ask and how you listen to the answers. Most people use questions as a script. Are you buying or just browsing? What's your budget? When are you looking to buy? Instead, try questions that reveal emotion. Like, what made you start shopping today instead of last week? What's your current car missing that this one needs to fix? How will you know you found the right one? Let me give you one of my favorites, and it sounds super basic. What are you driving now? It's gold, because if you let them talk, like really talk, they'll tell you everything you need to know. Their frustrations, their fears, their expectations. I had a customer once tell me, I'm driving a 2011 Altima that leaks every time it rains. My daughter just got her license and I'm scared it'll break down when she borrows it. You know what I sold him? Not just a new car, I sold him peace of mind. All from one question and a lot of listening. Let me tell you something that'll flip your sales game upside down. Facts tell. but stories sell. You can sit there all day explaining ventilated seats and active lane centering, but the moment you're into a real-world scenario, you've got magic. People remember stories. They insert themselves into them. You ever notice how someone lights up when you say, you know what, this reminds me of a couple who came in just last week? That's your window. You're not selling the feature, you're selling the feeling that comes with it. Tell them how a heated steering wheel saved your hands on a freezing morning. Tell them how a customer drove her MDX into the mountains and called you afterward to say she felt safer than ever before. Tell stories that match their lifestyle. If they mention road trips, talk about fuel efficiency and the time you helped someone plan a cross-country drive. If they mention kids, tell them about a parent who fit 3 car seats in the back and cried happy tears when they realized they didn't need a minivan. That's what makes it stick. Specs are numbers. Stories are ownership previews. There's a moment in every sale where the temperature shifts. Maybe it's after they ask about price. Maybe it's when you bring them inside and appraise their trade. Maybe it's when their spouse says, let's sleep on it. This is where most reps start pressuring or they start backing off. But there's the truth. Tension is not the enemy. Pressure is. Tension is healthy. It means there's a decision to be made. Pressure breaks trust. When someone says, we're not buying today, I don't fight it. I say, totally fine. If I were you, I'd want to make sure I had all the facts before deciding. I'm here to help you feel confident when the time comes, whether it's today, next week, or a month from now. The statement does 2 things. It removes the pressure. It reestablishes me as a partner in the decision. You know how many times that approach has turned a not today into a, well, let's run the numbers. It's not about closing them. It's about keeping the door open until they walk through it. So let's bring it home. If I were building a training course for every new hire in the car biz, I'd start with 3 core skills, just 3, not 25 bullet points about infotainment, not a week of videos about packages. Here's what actually sells. Emotional intelligence, reading people, sensing hesitation, adjusting your approach. This alone will double your close rate. Number 2, story selling, learning to wrap features inside relatable human stories. Not only do customers understand you better, they remember you. And number 3, discovery conversations, asking the right questions, not price-based questions, but why-based ones that uncover the real motivations behind the visit. If you master those, you'll sell more than the person who knows every trim level cold. And more importantly, your customers will remember you, prefer you, and trust you. That's it for today's episode of CarPodChats, the skills they should have taught you but didn't. So here's my challenge to you. What's one skill you wish you learned in the product training but had to figure out the hard way? I want to hear your story. Hit me up on X at CarPodChats, follow and DM on Instagram at CarPodChats, or shoot me an email, carpodchats@gmail.com. If this episode helped you, drop a review, share it with your sales fam, or just pass it along to someone grinding through another weekend on the lot. I'm Dan Malave. Keep showing up, keep getting better, and keep moving that metal. This is CarPodChats. See you next time.